Folks, late night video, Rudy number 2. So where are we at with this Lord of the Rings thing? I know there's some of you that want me to keep discussing the details. And there's others of you that just say, Rudy, can we please move on from the Lord of the Rings? Oh my God. So ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to release. Today we're going to start the video about the conversation, the collector boxes. As of filming this video, collector boxes, the Lord of the Rings are $460 plus, no, that includes tax. No, plus tax, including shipping. So $460, it's about $490 shipped on TCG Player. And I seriously encourage you all to check TCG Player like once a day, because the sell-through rate is incredible. You are witnessing such a historical event in the Magic the Gathering world. I encourage you all to check it out. I've been doing this my whole life. I've been getting haircuts once every 7 years. And I've never seen anything like this. You truly are witnessing lightning in the bottle, a Black Swan event, in the pinnacle of Magic the Gathering, hitting the biggest home run you've ever seen in modern times. Like, I have never seen anything like, there's not even a close second place. Maybe the invention. I will actually, you know what? I will give you the close second place. The last time I saw something of this caliber, with the price just relentlessly going up because people don't care, they want the sealed collector boxes. The last time I saw this, there's some examples. You know, Double Masters, VIP. There's some sets over the years. But the last time I saw something this extreme, the thing that comes to my mind would probably be Battle for Zendikar, when Wizards first introduced masterpieces. It was a ripple that went through the system. The other time was years ago, in 2013. The invention of Modern Masters. The first ever Master Series booster box. And it was unlike anything I've ever seen. There are certain moments in time that only come around every so many years where you witness historical events. And this brings me to the moment I want to share with you all. In the last 12 months, Magic in the bear market of 2022 and the crashes and the wipeout of probably 20-30% of LGSs, the losses of all the products and everything tanking, and then the end of 2022, the grand finale, the Amazon dump, the invention of the Amazon dump, the cherry on the cake, and then to put icing, white, sticky stuff around the cherry. Icing. We had Magic 30. We saw the lows of what can happen when a company digs a grave and just jumps in their own grave and says, this is nice. This is good. I like this. There's a problem? We'll have a fireside chat. And it goes from bad to worse to so bad it doesn't seem real, to the point it's so absurdly cringy and bad. It spawns conspiracy theories of, was it intentional? Were they testing the market? It created all these things. And 6 months later, Wizards of the Coast shoots an arrow, hits a bullseye. They took 20 dude darts. And they said, dude. And they threw these darts. And every dart pierced the previous dart in the bullseye. And Wizards cracked the code for the future of Magic. And I'm going to say it very clearly to all my viewers out there, and those of you who love me, hate me, and everything in the gray area, in the 50 shades of Rudy in the middle. You're witnessing a turning point for Hasbro and Magic. And I'm telling you all, for those of you who have the depth of understanding, the intelligence, the hindsight to look back at what just happened, the foresight to see what's coming, you're witnessing a major historical event right now in CCGs. Lord of the Rings is going to go down as a turning point for Hasbro and Magic. And I don't think we all I don't think we all fully understand how big of a deal this is. It's not about the success of the product. It's about Wizards always takes a taco and they chuck it as hard as they can into your wife's face. And it splatters everywhere. But then every once in a while, when they play back that slow motion camera, it's so perfectly beautiful. They discover dark matter. They crack the code of the universe. And here we are. I know we have fun and we have memes on this channel. I know most of you are looking at my $10 haircut. But we need to understand together, as a meat popsicle to meat popsicle, as all living humans with a finite amount of time on this world, that this company cracked the Da Vinci Code. They solved the Rubik's Cube. They tried to save the market, and not save the market, I apologize. They tried to crack into new revenue directions and new revenue streams by messing with the old cards, the reserve list, reprinting collector's edition, Mark Bottomwater. And now 6 months later, they threw the next taco in the fan. It didn't break. Something magical happened. So Wizards tested, going back to the old stuff where all the big money was. They realized it didn't work. It fucked up, blew up in their face. And I assure you, in the time I'll be on YouTube and the time you all are watching, I don't think we ever see another Magic 30 event again. And I know that's a hot take. Well, let me phrase it a little better. Based on the data, they tested these two major things. Going back and messing with vintage, and going forward with Universes Beyond, with one-of-one cards, IPs, and serialized cards. And they threaded the needle in one shot. And something truly magical did happen. No pun intended. Maybe a little bit of pun. Your wife's boyfriend's cute. This is a conversation that this boardroom at Hasbro and Wizards is going to discuss and overanalyze for many months. And trust me, it's been a daily conversation, and those Hasbros and Wizards, and they've discussed it on every morning meeting in the last 30 days. They had no idea that Magic the Gathering would be on major news websites and on major news outlets and old, what they call legacy media, the CNNs, the Fox News, these old conglomerates. They had no idea that the bounty for the one-of-one would go all the way to over 2 million. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. They could have always hoped for success in marketing. But what has truly happened is a really Black Swan event. I don't think Wizards really knew what was going to happen with this Lord of the Rings. They hoped it'd be successful, another good product, but they truly didn't know what they stumbled on. And it's such a great, massive turning point of stumbling. I don't think you and I, as a viewer, in a creepy taco basement dwelling dude, I don't think we all fully understand what this means. It's too early. Because they have figured out how to revitalize, to shock the system, to make prices not tank, to make hype in marketing unlike Hasbro and Wizards has ever seen. Wizards of the Coast, with Magic the Gathering, you can sell $1,000 ball sacks, fireside chats, and try to have Cynthia Philip Morris Williams sling cigarettes. You can do whatever you want. You can do Magic 30 and all this crap, but suddenly, they could have never predicted free, unlimited marketing publicity all over the country, all over the world, with almost no marketing costs. What'd they pay? The Lord of the Rings IP paid some royalty and some fees and something to use it. They had no idea this was coming, because the evidence is very clear that if they knew collector boxes were going to be $500, they would have charged stores $400, not $300. Wizards does not like leaving that much skin in the game and money on the table. They don't like that anymore. Now, what I believe now is going to be coming forward to us in 2024, based on what's happened now in the summer of 2023, is a dawning of a new era of serialization in universes beyond, crossovers that we can't comprehend right now. We have no idea. But I assure you all, the way corporations work, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quarters in the future, 1, 2, 3 years in the future. I can assure you all, even sets that have already been developed, they're tweaking and modifying, maybe adding something to it, making something different, tweaking the serialization. Just because they designed a set for the end of 2023 or even 2024, it doesn't go to printers that early. Believe it or not, Magic cards are R&D'd and designed, yes, 1 to 3 years in advance. That is a fact. But they are not printed 1 to 3 years in advance. I assure you, that is a fact, not Rudy's opinion. I have seen, I handle, I actually track and store. I have an entire filing system from the last 8 years on YouTube. In the last 15 years, I've been doing this. Well, 12 years heavily doing it. In the last 10 to 12 years, I have hundreds, almost thousands of sheets, Carta Mundi print sheets, Wizards of the Coast palette numbers, serialized numbers, barcodes, Wizards of the Coast wrapping. I have all this Wizards of the Coast paperwork from just printing facilities that talks about quantities and how much per pallet, how many pallets. And I can assure you all, most of these pallets and most of the Carta Mundi printing paperwork that's in these are usually printed 30 to 90 days before release. Now again, they're designed way in advance. So folks, it truly is an incredible moment, and I feel like a nice calm video talking to you all about how much weight this moment should be having on us is not being felt yet. And I feel in the next 6, 12, 24 months, this moment will become more clear. Because I believe we will see a different future because of this moment in the world of cards. I believe many specialty sets moving forward are going to have one-of-ones. I almost want to say, at least in Rudy's opinion, if every specialty set I did, if I was Hasbro Wizards now, every specialty product after Lord of the Rings, whatever it is, not Master Series, because there's already reprinting a ton of value, specialty products that are crossovers, I think they're all going to have one-of-ones. I think we see sketch cards, autographed by the artists and the people of the movies and franchises added to universes beyond. Wizards of the Coast has learned what the sports card world learned many years ago. The more rare, the more difficult, the more legendary, the more talked about something is, it sells itself. I believe we are crossing from the era of overprinting and nothing having value to the era where they've realized if they make super rare, impossible to get items that are so rare, the stories and the hype and the marketing that will naturally form in the world is priceless. Because at this point in time, I tell you all in all the videos, go on TCG Player. Look at the collector boxes, the sell-through rate on TCG Player. We are witnessing something that's never happened. And as of the filming of this video, the One Ring has not been pulled. And every day that goes by, thousands of boxes are being opened. With an estimated print run of 200 to 250,000 collector boxes, plus another 10, 20, 30% for supplemental products and loose packs and all that crap. You know, I mean, I can tell you all for another fact, the amount of collector boxes I sold and moved through, that I touched, that went through to my patrons, was almost 2% of the print run that just went through me. Through me alone, almost 2% of the entire collector box print run. I think it's like 1.9% or something. But people are opening these. Nobody believes in sealed product anymore. Nobody believes in filling. That whole attitude of the Rudy Alpha Investments from 2016 to 2021 about hoarding, sealed product in your closet. And Rudy, everyone's doing it since Rudy's been on YouTube. She's dead. She's gone. That attitude is over with. We are in another new era. And the difference is between people who continue to evolve and make it are the people who recognize the behavioral shifts. And we have two main behavior shifts. Number one, the public, you all, do not believe in sealed product anymore. Therefore, the amount of closets and hoarding and holding sealed product has tanked substantially. Stores don't do it. Customers don't do it. Timmy's don't do it. My ex, your wife's boyfriend, no one's doing it. Number two, we have a major behavior shift from Hasbro. And now that Hasbro has figured out what works, and they figured out Magic 30 didn't work, Wizards of the Coast has a major firm history of things that don't work. They back away and they never repeat. They're a publicly traded company. When things don't go well, they avoid it like the plague. Now, ironically, 6 months later, they created the most successful modern Magic product in history. There is nothing that's going to be close to the success of this Lord of the Rings release, possibly ever. I'm always hesitant to say, I can't say guaranteed on the internet because the G word's like the most illegal word ever. But it's going to be incredibly improbable to beat something of this caliber. But I tell you what, Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro are going to go all in the direction. They're going to overanalyze their financial teams, everything from logistics, the people who analyze print runs, supply and demand, distribution. They're going to overanalyze everything with a fine-tooth comb on what they did right and how to recreate what happened with Lord of the Rings and success. This is the future. So, what can we take away from this long video? First, if you actually listened and you're still here, thank you. I appreciate the support. And it shows that you actually have a deeper understanding and you actually want to have real critical thinking skills, which in an era of 2023, everyone's like 3-second TikTok videos. People don't want to think. They have attention spans of donuts and they run in a circle and they stick there in the middle. In the middle of the donut. I don't know where we're going with this. This is such a big deal, man. It's such a big deal. Because Hasbro and Wizards have been looking for a solution to the collector boxes, the crashing, eroding of prices. Hasbro and Wizards, they don't want to do Amazon dumps. They are forced to do them because they don't know what to do and they're stupid. And they get emotional, they're stuck with inventory. And now they figured out a way to create the most success they've ever had. And it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. And this has officially laid the framework and the groundwork for what I believe is going to be a new era. I believe we are leaving the Bronze era and we went to the Flashy era, which is what we're in now. And I believe Lord of the Rings could be the line in the sand where we actually leave this flashy 100 variant era and we go into this hyper chase, super rare serialization in weird, high-end, very unique, truly rare items in the world of Magic. And based on what we saw, it could work. And based on what Hasbro thinks they see, in their eyes, it will work. Now, whether the market and you all and me are all going to accept it, only time will tell. Because we do know what doesn't work. Magic 30 came out. It was a fucking train wreck. You can go on TCG Player. Magic 30 right now is $1,350. So if you bought one originally for $1,000 plus tax, your cost is almost $1,100. You sell it for $1,350 after fees. You break even on $1,100. It's just, in what? The last 30 days, 3 boxes have sold. What a time to be alive. I just hope someone out there understands the importance of what Lord of the Rings is going to do to the future of Magic. because it's a really fucking big deal. Want some tacos?